Bret nonchalantly waiting in the corner for this opportunity to go to the Royal Rumble and face the champion Seth Rollins. Last week, Bret Hart assaulted poor Tyler Bate, decimated him. It was Daniel Bryan who came to the rescue. And this dream match as our main event, the American Dragon Daniel Bryan versus the Hitman Bret Hart. And now rolls up the headlock, but maintains control of the wrist as Bret. And Bryan now goes behind. Elbows his way through though, misses the clothesline. Leapfrog, couldn't get the drop kick, but kips up. Does Daniel Bryan, and a massive slap across the face by Bret Hart. Bryan had none of it, went for the roundhouse, but instead turned around into a side Russian leg sweep. And now grating the face with his boot, showing the disrespect from Bret to Bryan. But a kick out by Daniel, and he's in trouble at the moment. Going for the second rope elbow drop, but turned around into the label. But elbows his way free. Goes behind. Tiger driver. And a kick out. Bret Hart kicking out the Tiger driver, but boots his way free. Now going to whip Bryan. Reversal. Went for a knee instead of roll up. And now the headlock applied. And it was on episode 63 that Bret Hart was looking for Stone Cold, wanting an NLW Championship match. Bret basically demanded it. Bryan, on the other hand, actually earned it with a string of victories over the past couple of weeks. Is he going to add to that with this? The cattle mutilation. It may be over right now. Cattle mutilation in the centre of the ring. Daniel Bryan wrenching on those shoulder blades of Bret Hart, who's desperately trying to kick his way to the ropes, and he gets there. Now Bret Hart trying to get some breathing room on the outside, but now catches the leg and drives it into the ring apron, and now sends it off the ring post. And here comes Bret Hart with a figure 4 leg lock on the ring post. This is the move he used to assault Tyler Bate last week before Daniel Bryan came to the rescue. And we've already heard what Seth Rollins thinks about these two men. He says that Daniel Bryan would be a worthy opponent for him, and in spite of Bret Hart's attitude, he would love to face Bret Hart with Seth Rollins to try and beat a legend, so he put it. Now, Bret Hart places Bryan on the top rope, but Bryan elbows his way free, and here comes the missile drop kick that sends Bret Hart inside out. Bret Hart launched with that drop kick halfway across the ring, and Bryan kips up. And a big time chop to Bret. Whipped off the ropes, lands on the top rope, flips over though, and comes off the ropes with a clothesline. Takes Bret out of the ring for the moment. The Hitman is in a world of trouble as Daniel Bryan with a tope suicida. Through the second rope, Daniel Bryan wipes out the Hitman. A dream match you're only going to see here in NLW. Bret Hart versus Daniel Bryan. The winner faces Seth Rollins for the NLW World Championship at the Royal Rumble. Daniel Bryan on the top rope goes with a diving headbutt, but nobody home. For Daniel Bryan, all he got was a face full of canvas. And now picked up with a delayed vertical suplex from the excellence of execution. Executing his moves with such force and precision. He's one of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time. Going up against another great technical wrestler as Bryan reverses the suplex into a German suplex. Now Bret Hart on his knees. Couple of kicks. Goes for another one. But has his foot held by Bret. And are we going to see it? The sharpshooter from Bret Hart. Goes for it. No! Turned around into the label lock. That crossface applied. The label wrenching on the head and neck of the Hitman Bret Hart. It's in the centre of the ring, wrenched in, but Bret Hart, just in the nick of time, gets a hand on the bottom rope. But Bryan can't believe it. What more does he have to do to defeat Bret Hart here tonight? Waits for his man. Whipped off the ropes though, and now a tombstone perhaps. Tombstone pile driver coming maybe. No, Daniel Bryan reverses it. Is Bryan going to go for the tombstone, but now on his shoulders in the electric chair position. Turned around, sunset flip, in for the cover and a kick out, and now Bret goes for the sharpshooter. Bryan goes for the label. Both these men train the submissions, but elbows his way free, going for the sharpshooter, kicks himself out. Now Bryan, running back, going for the running knees, but turned into a powerbomb, and there's the sharpshooter. An excellent counter for the running knees. Now Daniel Bryan has his knees that were worked on throughout this match wrapped up in that sharpshooter. Bret Hart wrenching on those knees. And Daniel Bryan has no choice but to tap out. Daniel Bryan taps out to the sharpshooter. Bret Hart is the #1 contender for the NLW World Championship. Well, some whining and complaining, along with some unwarranted beatdowns, will go a long way apparently, because now the Excellence of Execution is executing his master plan to become NLW World Champion. Well, what an incredible masterclass of professional wrestling this was. The sharpshooter turned around into the label, and once again the label turned into the sharpshooter, but when Daniel Bryan kicked his way free, he went for that running knee that has put away so many men in the past. However, Daniel Bryan could not replicate his recent string of victories here tonight. Instead, has to tap out to the sharpshooter, and Bret Hart is going to the Royal Rumble to face this man with his arm in a sling, still from his last title defense. Seth Rollins, the world champion, is in the ring now, face to face with his next challenger. It is now official. It is going to be Seth Rollins versus Bret Hart for the NLW World Championship. That goes down at the Royal Rumble.